Kings and queens, your majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you my team subscribers. You are loved, celebrated and appreciated. So we will talk about the alliance of the Sahel states, the treaty that was signed by these three countries, the Burkina Faso, Niger, and what's the name of the other one? Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. Yeah, so we will look at these treaties that was signed. And you know, when I talk about the Sahel, I always tell you here, you already know. When I talk about the Sahel, I'm always happy. Do you know why? There's this kind of feeling I have whenever it is the Sahel. I feel this somehow calm, somehow hopeful that yes, we can still turn things around, and optimistic, okay, believing that a lot more is still going to come with these leaders in the Sahel. Gone are those days where people have been scared. They've scared people with, oh, military regimes are bad. I think I was saying this here when I was doing the initial video while the coup was hot. I said these leaders, these military juntas, that was the word I used. I said they are not like those who ruled before. They are not like the military who ruled before. The difference between this military and the military that ruled before is that the ones that ruled before are those that the West used to kick out people they feel would work for the continent. When they see a leader want to help the continent, they'll use a military to kick that person out. So these military were also used as puppets. These militaries were also puppets to the West. So they were so harsh on the people who were doing things. They don't listen to people. They only listen to their puppeteers. They only listen to those who put them there, to Europe and America. So that's why people felt like military regime is a terrorizing regime. It's a regime that is not good. They don't listen to the masses. They don't listen to people's opinion. The reason why they couldn't listen to your opinion is because they had people they were answering to. They were only there having fun, living their life with their own families, and then the Europeans, wicked men and women, were coming to do what they can do and go. But this very one, it is the people's will. And these guys are guys that have walked and have seen, they have known that our leaders are controlled. Our leaders are controlled, and we have to do something for our people. That is the difference between these military leaders and the then military leaders. So whenever I talk about the Sahel, I am happy, and I believe that a lot of good is still yet to come. So these three countries came together. You know, they cut themselves off ECOWAS. ECOWAS right now is vibrating because they have decided to keep being puppets. All the leaders of the countries that make up ECOWAS decide to be puppets. So they are scared of these three now. They have decided to withdraw. They tried everything to bring them back, but they refused. So they signed a treaty during the weekend, and oh my goodness, it's just good things that are on the way for the Sahel.
Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger have signed a treaty establishing a confederation called the Alliance of Sahel States. The three countries are under military rule. Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, Colonel Assimi Goïta of Mali, and General Abdurrahmane Chiani of Niger met in Niger's capital Niamey on Saturday, July 6, for an inaugural summit of the transitional rulers. Niger's Chiani said they had irrevocably left the West African regional bloc ECOWAS, which they accused of unfairly targeting Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger after the military took power in those countries between 2020 and 2023. All the three countries have experienced regular insurgent attacks which have left thousands of people dead. While assuming power, the military rulers said failure to address the perennial problem of insecurity was their main reason for staging coups. In January this year, Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger announced their intention to leave ECOWAS, saying the regional bloc was no longer serving their interests but those of foreigners. ECOWAS had imposed trade, financial and transport sanctions on the three countries before lifting the restrictions in February. While announcing the formation of the new confederation on Saturday, Chiani said he, Traore and Goita wanted to build a sovereign community far from the control of foreign powers. He added the new body will promote peace, solidarity and prosperity based on African values. Traore said the governments of Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger will consolidate the foundations of our true independence. He added that Africa continues to suffer from the fire of the imperialists. Mali's Goita said the strengthened relation means an attack on one of us will be an attack on all the other members. The Confederation said it will cooperate on security and also introduce a common currency for the three countries. The nations want to do away with the French-backed Central African franc, a currency used by many French-speaking countries in West Africa. After declaring their intention to leave ECOWAS in January, the regional bloc urged Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger to hold dialogue with the bloc's leadership to prevent their exits. The three nations, however, declined, saying they had made up their minds. On Sunday, July 7th, ECOWAS heads of state met in Nigeria's capital, Abuja, and reiterated their call to the breakaway countries to rescind their decision, saying the West African bloc risks disintegration. ECOWAS Commission's President Omar Toure said the trio's exit would disrupt freedom of movement and settlement of people, as well as worsen insecurity in the region. Despite ECOWAS saying Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger can only leave the body 1 year from January 29th, when they formally submitted their withdrawal notices, the three nations say they have already left the bloc. The three breakaway countries have a combined population of about 72 million people of ECOWAS's 425 million.
Her Majesties, when she said, they said an attack on one is an attack on all. Oh my, that is the spirit. That is the African spirit. When you touch my brother, you touch me. And so I'm going to go all in for my brother. We will go all in for ourselves. Like, is this not beautiful? Is this not what we should be working for? An Africa that have the interest of their people at heart. And this is what is going to take me to the speech of Ibrahim Traore. It was in French, but I couldn't get the direct translation to English, but he said something there that touched me. And what he said was that the African leaders that should protect their citizens are the ones who are becoming threats to their citizens. Just imagine you're a mother, you should protect your child or your children, and it is you that is becoming the threat to your children. Is this not dangerous? And this is what Europe and America have succeeded in doing. They have succeeded in turning our leaders against us. They succeeded in turning leaders against their citizens. Look at Kenya. They succeeded in turning Ruto against his people, and they turned his people against him. How will Ruto succeed if the masses are against him? But he caused it because he decided to betray his people and listen to the puppeteer. Because he went and sat on his seat, he felt like he's now part of it. They rub his head. And then when he was going, they pushed their mouth. Go and destroy yourself. And then they sit down, cross their leg to see how the whole thing unfold. When are we going to wake up? When are we going to realize that no one got our backs? By the time any leader is useless, they kick that leader out and look for another person. If you become useless, they kick you out because, of course, you're not useful to them anymore. So whenever we talk about the Sahel, this is the reason why I am always elated. This is the reason why I always tell you, whenever it is the Sahel, it is good news. It is goodness. And why do you think they cut off? ECOWAS keep trying to see how they try to talk them back, bring them back, and they say, no, we are out, we are out. This is a heroic move. Like, these are people who should call our heroes. Goita, Tiani, and Traore will always be our heroes through ages. And they will never be forgotten in history books. They will never be forgotten. These are heroic acts. They do not care about themselves. They gave up themselves. Now, you see that of Ibrahim Traore. He's the youngest. And when you see how he do things, you'll be like, this is truly, what's his name that came back? The name is escaping me. The freedom fighter of Burkina Faso. Sorry, it's escaping me. Yeah, he is the one that truly came back. It is the money he always gets while he was a captain that he is still getting even as the leader. That's what I'm trying to say. He did not say, okay, now I'm now the one in charge, so I should have official cars of this number. He still moves around with the military truck. Okay? Just look at this. And then you feel we shouldn't talk about it, we shouldn't be happy about it, we shouldn't pray that the ancestors keep intervening, that the Creator keep preserving his life. We will keep doing that for Ibrahim Traore, Your Majesties. So that you also heard what happened in Niger, right? And he insisted that the military, the US military leave, the French military leave, that they do not have anything to do with the French and the US military anymore, or their government. They've kicked out their embassy. Things are happening, eh? They kicked out their embassy, they kicked out their bases. And the rate at which all these terrorism activities happened and the Sahel has reduced. Don't mind what these ECOWAS leaders are saying, no. Something is wrong with them. They want to propagate this whole, okay, now the American military and French military are out, there will be increasing terrorism at the Sahel. These military leaders know how to protect their borders. They already know where the problem was coming from, and that's what they are trying to cut out. America, with all their power, because they collide with Israel now. Israel have the deadliest weapon in the world. America, with all their power, could not protect the Sahelians. French, with their power and everything, could not protect the Sahel. All the military bases in the Sahel could not protect the Sahel. What are we saying? What are we saying? Who are these terrorists that are moving down the Sahel? That the whole America could not discover them and cut them from their roots. Who are those terrorists? If not that the terrorist is the one that is there as the savior. So that's why they cannot catch the terrorist now. When the terrorist becomes the one who is pursuing the terrorist, how will you catch the terrorist? I don't know if that makes sense, but this is it. Leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always, Majesties. Bye for now.